Well, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my shop. It's been a while since I posted a video, but you know, life got in the way a little bit and got a little busy. But while it was busy, I acquired a new gadget for my shop that I'm super excited about. And if you've been following along any of my channels, you know that I really am pretty much OCD about cleanliness and keeping the shop, you know, dust free as much as possible. And in a one-car garage, that's really hard to do because the space is so, you know, small. Anytime I use the miter saw, table saw, I have separate dust collectors hooked up to it, but you still get the airborne small particles. So with that, I've had this little Win 3417 air filter for probably 3 or 4 years, and it's done pretty well. It was a fairly, you know, inexpensive air filter compared to other products similar to this. I think I paid like 165, 70 bucks for this a couple of years ago. And it's done a pretty good job. I featured it in a couple of videos prior and talked good about it. So I'm not going to say anything bad about it. It's just a smaller unit. I believe on high, this thing does 400 cubic feet a minute, cycles 400 cubic feet a minute. That's not a whole lot, especially on high. And with as clean as I like to keep things, you know, it did its job, but it could have been more. Granted, I chose this size, and I knew it was going to be small, but I didn't at the time know that the room I was going to have, so I didn't go out and purchase a big, huge unit. So, with that, General Tools contacted me and asked if I would like to try out one of their new smart air filtration systems, ceiling mounted filtration systems. So naturally, you know, I went to their website and kind of looked at them because I wasn't familiar with this company, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Apparently it's a Canadian company created back in the early 1940s, and they're just now starting to get back into the USA market, I believe. But anyway, that's not that important to me, to be frank. They asked if I would like to try out one of their new smart filters. So when I went to the website, I started looking at this particular model that I was interested in. So I responded back and I said, you know, I'd absolutely love to give it a shot. I'm OCD about clean, so I'll try any type of filtration system. No questions asked, really. So I reached back out to them and I said, yeah, I'd be happy if you know, if you guys want to send it to me. I'll test it out. I'll hang it up and I'll do a review on it. So this is more of a showcase. It's not really a review. I've only had it for a week. I finally got it hung up, and I'll take you guys up there and look at it. But the thing about this general air filtration unit is it's got a smart feature, which apparently it's got an infrared sensor built into it. So when it detects particles 0.3 microns or larger, it'll automatically kick on and start cleaning the room. I've yet to see it kick on, but I haven't been doing a whole lot of work since I hung it up. So I'm really curious, once I get the saws running, once I get, you know, the sanders going, if the airborne particles that are floating around will turn this machine on. But you know, I'm hoping it's going to be good. The pricing is a little bit better than your you know, your comparable Raycons or your Shop Foxes, at least from what I can find. The specific unit that I got, it is model 10-1000. It's $399, and they're going to be available at all your major, you know, online or brick and mortar stores, Rockler, Amazon, Woodcraft, pretty much everywhere that we would get anything like this. It's going to be available. It's available online now. But let me just go over a few specs with you. Here's the actual unit. Again, it's model 10-1000. It's got 2 filters, so your first pleated filter is going to be your 5 micron filter. Your inner filter is going to be your 1 micron filter. The basic measurements are 30 by 24 by 12. You've got your high speed CFM is 1068. Medium speed CFM is 710, and your low speed CFM is 560 cubic feet a minute. Now that really translates into my garage, which is basically a 20 by 20 by 10 and a half. I'm going to be able to cycle the air in this garage. Per hour, I should be able to get about 20 to 21 cycles of this entire air volume in my little shop here. So that's great. Compared to the Win, nowhere near that. The unit itself weighs about 55 to 60 pounds once you get it out of the package. So let me take you guys up top and show you what it is, you know, how it looks like in my shop compared to this little Win. So here it is, guys. All right, so here it is installed on my ceiling. You'll notice up front it's got the LCD. I don't know if the LCD is going to pick up on this video because I know they kind of have a weird thing when you try to videotape it with the refresh rate, but it's got a pretty big LCD monitor that shows your fan speed and your air quality, and it goes from good to medium to unhealthy. Fan speed's your typical low, medium to high, and with the auto, I've got the auto feature on now, but again, it hasn't kicked on because apparently my air quality's good enough. One kind of neat thing about this unit is underneath you can see it's got two LED lights. They're not the brightest, I'll be the first to admit. I wish they were a little bit brighter because this is actually covering up one of my lights on my ceiling. So I've got to come up with another contraption to probably put some type of LED fixture here in the middle to provide more light down below from the light that is covering up there. But so this is the front of the unit. And one thing I didn't mention is it is controlled by a remote here. So this remote's got your on-off, your auto feature, your fan speed. You can put this on a timer, and then just your light function. So cut your lights on and off with that. Moving over here to the side, you know, it's just your basic air filter box. And then on the back is where you're going to access your 5 micron pleated filter. You just pop these tabs down and pull out the filter. And then behind that, you're going to have your 1 micron filter. With that 1 micron filter, it's pretty easy to clean. You just take it out and, you know, use some compressed air and clean it off. So, and then the side, basically just the same. But the way that I attached it and the way that my ceiling joist worked out, I had to put some 2x4s up on the ceiling due to the spacing of my ceiling joist, but it worked out pretty well. So you can see this thing is it's a lot bigger than my other unit. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to. I might actually raise it up a little bit higher, but it wasn't the easiest getting it up there by myself. So that's why I didn't videotape it, because it took me half a day, and I thought I was going to kill myself. So that is it, guys. That's it installed, and what it, you know, how it appears in my garage. I'll go ahead and turn it on, see if you guys can hear how loud it is. So that is low fan. Give that a minute to cook up. That's your medium. This right now on medium is doing 710 CFM, and I'll kick it on high, and that's going to be pulling almost 1100 CFM. So there's your high. And I'll step back here a little bit so you can see, you know, this is going to be my table saw. This is how loud it is. I'm going to knock it back down to low. So there it is, guys. Let me get you set back up on the table. So I'm pretty excited about replacing this little Win with this big guy. Right now it's running on low, and it's probably not impeding too much with my voice, at least I hope not, but it's not too loud from where I'm sitting. But to be honest, I don't care about decibel level. I can always put on ear protection if I want to. I never have. Probably should, but I don't. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with it so far. It seems to be a very well-made unit. The packaging was nice. You know, there was no dents, dings, or anything with shipping. Time will tell how it actually filters, but It's an air filter unit. They pretty much all do the same thing as long as the motor runs and pulls in air and I've got my filters clean. It should do the job, and it should do it double better than what this little wind filter did. And for the price that this is going, I believe it's $3.99. That's lower than your comparable, again, your Shop Foxes, your Rycons, several other competitors, I guess you could say. It's a little bit lower price. So, I plan on doing about a month, 2-month review on this thing after I get in here and start building my daughter's bed, when I'm going to be generating a whole lot of dust. I'm really curious to see this infrared sensor, if it really does kick on and start cleaning the room automatically. So time will tell, and I will do an update as to if this thing works or not, and if I can really want to put my final stamp of approval on it, because I think when it comes to cleanliness and keeping a shop clean, I think I kind of know what I'm talking about. Again, OCD about it, so I'm really cleanliness and machines that help keep my shop clean are ranked high on my list. So with that, guys, that is the General 10-1000 model air filter unit. Updates to come, but I just wanted to show you guys what this thing is hanging up in my ceiling in case you guys see it on another video. That's what it is. So anyways, with that, guys, take care. Hope you enjoyed this short little video going over this little General. So we will talk soon, and new videos coming up here hopefully really soon once I start the build of my new daughter's bedroom furniture. So anyway, thanks guys, have a good one.